If you guys just want to, talk a little bit about, kind of what the Kingsman is to you, since we started with Jason, we'll start with Draco this time. Just kind of what you think it is and what you see your role is in it.
Sure thing. So the Kingsman to me is a group of individuals who have a common goal, which is to spread the gospel in a different way, different format, to where we can get it to a audience that is online and that is also able to respond directly to us right then and there and from the comfort of their own home.
Jason, your thoughts?
Awesome. The Kingsman to me is really just a place that we can gather together, hang out, just provide a place for folks to really just come and chill and have a good time. It's an awesome place where we can just come play games, goof off, scream and yell at each other, but then at the end of the day, really give you a chance to experience who Christ is. We want to give you guys a chance to kind of escape and get away from the rest of your life, the rest of the world, and give you guys a chance just to know who our King is, know who the one that we walk with and follow. So
I like it. So my thoughts on what this is, for a long time I've been kind of thinking about how I can integrate faith and gaming. And for me, I was talking to my pastor about this, and he was like, "You're not going to stop gaming, are you?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Well, why don't you find a way to use that time for God and use that time to actually do something super useful with it, instead of just having fun and entertaining yourself, stop being so selfish with your entertainment." So that's kind of what the Kingsman was started on. And we know Twitch is all about community. We know, the whole goal is just to bring people together that have a place for them to be accepted and, feel welcome. A lot of people play video games because maybe their real life isn't that great, or, a lot of people use it for an escape. A lot of people use it just to meet people that are interested in the stuff that they're interested in. So that's the main goal of this, is just to create that community. And to me, the Kingsman is also a place where people of all beliefs, not just people that believe the way we do, can feel welcome and accepted, but it's a place for all beliefs as well. So that's kind of what the Kingsman is to me. Basically, we're just here to be whatever you guys want us to be. I mean, we're a ministry. We do believe in Jesus. We're not going to hit you over the head with it, like I said.
Exactly.
We just want to hang out, talk with you guys, and make friends, really. I mean, that's the main goal of this, is just to make new friends and meet new people. So
absolutely,
that's kind of what it is to me. But I think that's pretty much all we need really on that topic. The next one is, what is the point of this show? So this show is called The King's Table. What's the point of it? What are we trying to do here?
Dude, I've been trying to figure it out for like weeks.
I guess I'll start off on that. I don't have a super amazing clear direction, like, oh, this is the amazing vision for this. Basically, I just see it as a place for a group of guys that are just kind of like you guys, to just talk about what's going on in their life, what things they're struggling with, what things are going great in their life. It's just basically going to be a sit-down table discussion where we just kind of talk about ourselves, talk about the stuff that you guys want to talk about, and basically just show you that even though we're Christians, even though we believe in Jesus, we are gamers, we are just like you guys, and show you also that as Christians, we can have fun. I mean, this is just going to be a place for you guys to see basically who we are and how we're like you. So that's pretty much the point of this show for me. If you guys have any thoughts you'd like to add, I guess we can start with Jason this time.
I can't help but notice at first, Panda, honestly, you missed out on the Star Wars memo. Both Draco and I got a Star Wars shirt on. You kind of missed out on that, man.
Hey, you got a Galaxy shirt, memo? Okay?
I have a Boba Fett shirt. I could have put
all right. Honestly, I think the point's going to be, it's an exciting thing for me. It gives a chance to just come and talk, hang out, have a good time. Talk about different things, from what faith looks like to let's see, everybody catching up now. But faith, what that looks like, what it's like to just be a gamer and have a good time and still, goof off and yell and scream at each other just like we were doing a minute ago. So I think it's gonna be fun talking about nerd things, from comic books to movies to, dude, I'm waiting for somebody to talk about Infinity War. I cannot wait to discuss that movie
next week, man.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I don't know if I can do it next week.
Next week,
we'll talk about that though.
Okay,
all right. It's all good, man. That's right. But to me, this is exciting. Just get a place where we can kind of pitch ideas, talk to each other, and just kind of express some things that we've learned from growing up in Christ, but also some things about just the different games and movies and stuff coming out. And maybe we get a chance to try out some random games together and just see how terrible we are. So,
Yep.
That should be fun.
Draco, your thoughts?
My thoughts, honestly, I just love collabing with people, doing collaborative work, working with other people, and to be able to work with people that are streamers that have been in it for a while, and that, you know, because I've been doing this for 2 years, and I remember like I rated both of you guys, and like, you know, gave some love, and then now it's like turned around like, yo, you want to do this? And I'm like, what? Yes, I do. Like, are you kidding me? Like, heck yeah, man. So just to see like how far you guys have grown, and to know that we can grow even farther is awesome.
That's cool.
Absolutely, man.
So-
That is really probably super exciting for me as well to get to see each other grow.
So for those of you guys that don't know, we all kind of started off as Pokemon streamers. Me and
Yep.
Draco have went a bit of a different way, and Jason is finally seeing the light and straying a little bit away from doing a little bit of variety stuff now. But
Took me
yeah,
a while to get there, man. Those shinies were just too I don't know, particular. You know what I'm saying? They
we
just had
all
to-
we all kind of started
getting
off
too many of them.
on the shiny hunting route, and we're all kind of doing our own different thing now. So that takes me into kind of what I was going to talk about next. So what's going on in your guys' lives? What's going on in your streams? What's just going on in your world, and how are you doing? And that's just the next topic, man. How are you guys doing, and what's been going on with you guys? You can start if you want, Draco, since Jason did last time.
What's been going on? Well, so far I just finished a crazed semester of university.
I do not
And-
miss those days.
Yeah, it was a lot, and then also, I mean, over break, I mean, I don't know if Jason knows. I think you know, but my mom ended up passing away, so that was like intense. Having to jump back into school, act like nothing really ever happened, and you know, just continue to push through and be like, I have to get this semester done. My mom would want me to get these grades, and I have to try my best, and thank God I came out with an A- and all the rest B's. So I can't be that mad, you know, considering. But yeah, it was just a lot, man. Now just unplugging. I've been on vacation for like a week now, so it's just been really nice to be able to unwind and reconnect with God and everything, and be able to honestly just reconnect with myself.
That's awesome, man. I honestly can relate to that a little bit, not being in college. I was in high school, though, when my dad passed away. And he passed
Dang.
away on a Sunday, and I was actually stupid and went to school the next day. And I, like, just
Yeah.
being in this, like, your world is completely changed, and yet everything in everyone else's world is exactly the same. And
Exactly.
everything's just continuing for them. It's, like, such a nutty feeling. Like, I went to school the next day, and honestly, people were freaking out, but they tried to treat me normally, which I appreciated, because I didn't want everyone to like be coming up to me, hugging me, and crying and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But man, it's rough. Like losing somebody like that, I can definitely relate to that. And our thoughts and prayers are definitely with you. And I, hope anybody else that's watching this or sees this, definitely be praying for Draco, man, because it's a struggle losing
you.
someone that you love that much. Like I've been
Yeah.
there, and I mean, it wrecked my world. And like you're handling it like 1,000 times better than I did. Like I know whenever I was in high school and that happened to me, I was like mad at God. I was like upset that he had taken this person away that was my world. Like, and people are like, "Oh, you're a Christian. You're not supposed to be mad at God," whatever, like that. But man, I went through a time in my life where I really was mad at God, and I didn't understand why he did this. I didn't get why it was the plan. But I can tell you, and yours was a little bit different of a situation. Yours was kind of like you knew this was coming, so you had a little bit to prepare
Yeah.
for it. But man, God does have a plan. Like as crazy as that is, looking at mine
He
like
does.
7 years later, I can see where that caused me to grow up, that caused me to mature, that caused me to learn to discipline myself, that caused all these things for God to, use it as growth. And, you can say, oh, well, if your God is a loving God, why does he do things like this? Or why does he allow things like this to happen?
Mhm.
And I can just tell you, like, from my personal experience, it's just, you got to look at it as an opportunity to grow and try to see what God's trying to use out of it. And I'm sure you've already thought about that and processed that, but I just wanted to
Yeah.
kind of give you a little bit more of my thoughts on that. So, Jason, feel free
Thank
to
you,
talk
man.
since I'm getting kind of sappy here.
Oh, you're good, man. No, I feel for you, Draco. I mean, that's not an easy thing. My grandfather passed away last year, so I know what that's like. It's not exactly the same thing, but it's rough, man. But,
No, yeah.
I'm praying for you, man, and God's good, man. He's gonna grow you from this. So
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
And just to add
No,
on
you
that, I truly do believe, like, Satan meant that for your harm, but God's going to use it for your good. Like, I completely believe in that, to the point where I've gotten in my life. I mean, I've been through, parents getting divorced. I've, lost important grandparents, lost my dad, and, like, I've seen the good that's come out of it. So I can tell you, and I know this probably isn't what you want to hear because I didn't want to hear it whenever it happened to me, but God will find good for it, and he will, as long as you stick to him and keep leaning into him and pressing into him, man, he will show you why, he's using it for your good. So I'm very confident in that fact. But
exactly.
Jason, how's life been going for you, and what's been going on in your world, man? I know you've been pretty busy as well.
Yeah, man, this week, and my stream's starting to roll in a little bit, but my viewers, I mean, it's been nuts. I've been working like 16-hour days. We're getting ready to hit the ground running with summer. I'm super stoked. I'm super excited about it. Guys can do some great things this summer with that, but it's just been nuts. We are, I think, 30 staff short for the summer to make it happen, so we'll see how that goes. Actually did like 9 to 10 interviews over the course of the past like 10 days, or 2 or 3 days. So I've been just nonstop interviewing, turning right back around, and just going out there and doing program with my staff. So it's been encouraging for them to see me come out there and like, listen, like, I know it's a hard day. I'm going to be here right in the ground with you. We're going to make it happen. But like today I'm in and my legs are shaking because I've been going up and down the ladder at the zip line trying to get folks clipped in. We had a special needs camp out this weekend. And so we did a group of campers that are in wheelchairs, and they can't climb up the stairs to get to our zip line, but we can do a 4-to-1 system to pull them onto it and clip them in. So I just finished doing that a couple hours ago, and it was a really neat experience to kind of see their faces change from this, like, what are you guys doing to me? Why are you pulling me in the air, to this, holy crap, that was the best thing I've ever done in my life.
That's awesome.
That was a lot of fun. It was really neat to get to do that. But it's just starting next week. I got lead staff coming in Tuesday, going to be doing orientation with them, and I'm not going to be able to stream until a week from Monday if possible. But the summer is the best thing. I've been doing camp ministry since I was 16, so it's been about 12 years of just doing this over and over again. I see the Lord change people's lives and hearts change, and I've seen him grow me through some difficult things. So I'm excited about that. That's
awesome, man. Yeah, for those that don't know, Jason, can you just explain your camp and your ministry a little bit so they kind of have some background on what you're talking about here?
Absolutely. I work at a facilities camp, so we do all the background work for what our campers need. We remove everything away from our campers, so all they have to do is focus on them and what's between them and God, and we remove all those distractions. Our motto, that's not the right word, but the main thing that we do for our camp is we provide a place of refuge so people can experience Christ. So that, to me, is a really exciting thing. But with that in mind, we have to hire summer staff to be lifeguards, be challenge course workers, to come out and sell sugar to campers, get them all hyped up and psyched up. We've got folks that are going to maintain our waterfront areas, folks that are going to sell things in the gift shop, run our kitchen and different things. So my job during the summer, honestly, is from sun up to sundown, sometimes past sundown, making things happen so these campers get a chance to not only experience who Jesus is, but also get a chance to just come have some fun for a week. Get away from their daily lives and just get a chance to escape and really focus on what's important to them.
That's awesome, man. I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see what happens with your camp. I know you're going to be a little bit down to not be able to be streaming, but man, you're going to be doing some awesome stuff in another way, and I know that ministry is super important to you, so we'll definitely be here when you get back from your streaming break, and we'll be pumped to watch you a little bit more.
Thank you. And my hope is during the summer I can continue to pop in at least for these if I can, as best as possible, if not more with you guys. So.
Nah, we'll make it work. We'll make sure we get you in here. We'll find a time that works for you for sure.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. All right. So for me, like with my life right now, I'm looking to go full time with my job. So I'm kind of in this weird like flux situation where like I'm hoping I get a full time position, so then I don't have to worry about money as much. I know I've talked to you a little bit about this, Jason, but so my stream schedule is a little fluctuating right now. Like some days I can stream, some days I can't. And then the other side of that has been starting this whole thing and like creating graphics and coming up with topics and trying to find people that want to be a part of it and trying to promote people and do all this different stuff. So I think we've all been kind of crazy busy in this season right now. I know, Draco, you're kind of coming out of the crazy busy. Jason, you're kind of just going into it here. Mine's probably the calm before the storm. I think if I go full time at work, it's going to probably turn into crazy busy. But I'm just really excited for this, especially. I'm just excited to get this going and get this launched, and hoping that we can grow this community and just bring people in. And then on the other side of that, I'm just hoping that God can kind of take some stress away from me with the full-time job, and that way I won't have to worry about money, because I really don't like worrying about money. Honestly, if I have enough, then I'm happy.
Yeah.
I don't like to have to stress out about it. So pretty much that, and then trying to figure out what I'm going to stream, man. I've been in this weird world where I just don't know what I want to play. Like, I want to play so many different games. Like, I want to play all the stuff I've got on my Switch. I want to play Smite. I want to play League. Like, there's so much stuff I want to play. I want to do playthroughs.
I feel that.
And so I'm, like, trying to decide what I want to play, and then, like, trying to do everything else as well. So I don't have a whole lot of time to really sit down and reflect on, like, what I want to play and what I want to do with my own stream. So basically, I'm just kind of throwing everything at this, getting this prepared and ready, and kind of get it running, and then from there, I'm going to kind of worry about my own personal stream and hopefully grow that following back up again. I know it kind of died whenever I took a big break, but basically looking to start from the bottom and just grow what I have again. So kind of excited, starting a bunch of new stuff right now. I'm in a period of new right now, so.
You know, news is always a good thing. It gives you a chance to refresh, and this is something we're talking about, what, 2-3 months now. So this is going to be a very exciting thing, and you've put a lot of work into it. I mean, everything looks gorgeous right now, man. Thank you for all the time you put into this.
Yeah, thank you again, man.
Thank you. I
really do appreciate that.
It feels good to know that it looks good, because it does take a lot of time and effort to get this stuff looking nice. So it's good to know that it looks nice.
You've done far better than I could ever be able to do. So
same here, dude. Same here.
Well, that's good. I'm just glad it looks good, because I don't like it when things don't look great. You guys know how I am, so I can be pretty control freaky and pretty picky sometimes. Yeah. So I will say one thing for sure, and this is just being real with everybody out there, and with you guys and whoever will see this on YouTube, because we're gonna post it on YouTube as well, in case you guys didn't know. During this time of busy and stress and work and all this stuff, I feel like, I don't know if it's the same with you guys, but sometimes I have trouble like taking time to stop and take my God time. Like I have trouble. Like, I read scripture, but it almost, like, I feel like I have this tendency to turn that into a checklist and not actually slow down, take my time, do it, reflect, read, really soak it in. And I'm really, like, I'm already bad about, like, calming my mind down and listening. So whenever I get crazy busy and, like, stressed out, that, like, gets taken to the extreme. Like, I get even worse about, like, okay, God, here's what I need to pray about. Here's everything that's going on. Like, you do what you need to do with it. And then I don't, like, take that time to sit and reflect and think and, like, like, that's why I, like, whenever I post, I'm overwhelmed, or when I'm stressed out with stuff. I love that you guys, like, give me feedback, because, like, I know with Jason, I was, like, super overwhelmed with everything we needed to do, and he was like, hold on a second. Let's just focus on what's important. Let's do what's important. Like, I honestly feel like God spoke through you in that moment, like, because then the rest of that week, every message I heard, every sermon I heard, every devotional I read was community, 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 community. Like, I literally go to our Thursday night service, and he's talking about community and the importance of community, and I'm like, Jason just literally told me to focus on community and only do the stuff that, like, relies on community. So, so if you guys are wondering kind of where I'm at right now, I'm basically just, like, trying to fix my schedule and reorient it to where I'm taking time throughout my day to kind of just attune my heart, I guess is the way I can say it. Focus on God, make sure He's still first. And this book I was reading has a great perspective on it. It's like why we have the Sabbath and why a lot of religions have like 3 times a day of prayer or whatever. And it talks about the Sabbath, and it's like, it is a day of rest, but it also is a day to just completely focus on God. And then the reason a lot of religions have those 3 set prayer times is because it resets their focus on what's important. So I'm trying to implement that in my own life, like finding a period of time where I can literally just sit, do nothing, and just pray, read, find time with God. And then I'm trying to, like, even if it's just like 5 minutes here and there, whenever I get stressed out or when I'm freaking out, I really try to just consciously make that decision, like, okay, you just need to pray about this and let it go. And so I'm just really trying to, like, find what works for me and what can keep me focused on the right things right now. So
I hear you, man. Find that quiet time, find that time to spend with the Lord can be a hard thing to do. I'd noticed for myself that I had to do that, make that the first thing I do in the morning. It's right after coffee gets poured, and I just have to do it right then and there. I know that can be hard for most folks, but if I don't do it then, I don't do it at all. And so just finding that system that works best for you and just getting that trigger moment of, this is my moment with God, and I have to make this happen first before anything else. Or this is my time frame, and that's it. I have to lock it down, shut my phone off, whatever I need to do to make it happen.
Yeah, and I absolutely need to find that for myself and find that time to kind of give God His time first, especially at the beginning of the day. I feel like it's really important to just kind of start your day off right, because if you focus on the important thing right off the bat, I feel like it's more likely to stay on your mind throughout the rest of the day. So I'm really trying to, like, make myself actually wake up earlier so that I can carve out that half hour to an hour, whatever I feel like I need in the morning. But I'm so bad about, like, I couldn't sleep, because you guys know I, like, struggle with sleep and everything. I'm like, I slept bad. I'll just snooze my alarm and, you know, sleep in. So bad about that, and I'm trying to work on that habit, like fix the sleeping problem so it's not an issue.
Right.
But yeah, definitely working on that. Draco, any thoughts on your quiet time and kind of what works for your life? And
Dude, honestly, I was so bad with that. I'd be so tired from just doing homework and everything, because what happened is there were days after my mom that I just didn't want to do any work, so I didn't. I would just procrastinate the entire day, and just be playing video games or hanging out with friends the entire time, because it was a distraction. Hey there, cosplay. And so I just didn't really want to do anything. So because of that, I got so behind on work that I couldn't take a break. And then I'd be like, oh, I need to go to church, but I'd be like, but I'm really tired, I want to sleep in. And then one time I literally just completely slept in and missed it. And then another time I woke up in time, and then I was like, should we go? And I was like, you know, talking to my brother, because we're roommates, and he was like, I don't know, man. I mean, we did go to bed at like 4 a.m. last night. We should probably get some sleep. We have school Monday. So it's like, oh yeah. And you know, so I totally get that. And now I bumped it up. I was only reading like 10 verses a night, and I felt like that just was not enough. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna make it more. I'm gonna do 20. So I've been consistent with that, reading like 20 verses a day and making sure to pray every night. But yeah, I totally get that, where it's like a checklist and not an actual time where you're like, okay, God, what are you trying to say to me, because I'm not listening to you, you know, and I'm blocking you out. And yeah, it's a huge thing, man. But it's something I definitely work on too. I'm definitely not perfect with that. I'm gonna work on that.
yeah, I'm definitely really bad about, I mean, especially since I grew up in like the Baptist religion, so we're like super like checklist Christianity. Like whenever we grew up, like do all these good things or you'll go to hell. Like that was, I mean, honestly, that was like
Oh man,
a lot of the, I'm not even kidding you. Like that was a lot of the philosophy with the Baptist church. Now, like that church specifically that I grew up, they've gotten better, a lot better with pastoral changes and leadership changes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like growing up Southern Baptist, like, I mean, that was a lot of it. And so it's naturally ingrained in me, like this whole, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this. And I'm really bad about focusing on like, I need to do this, but not like taking the time to be like, why do I need to do this? You know, what's the purpose of me doing this? And actually like you said, taking that time and being like, all right, God, what do you want to say to me, instead of what do I want to read today? Or what do I want to pray about today? You know, taking that time to actually give God his time to just speak and talk to me, you know, is important as well. So what are you guys typing about, man?
Sorry, we're talking with Chad as well, man.
Yeah, because I don't want to interrupt.
Yeah.
No, you're good. Feel free to like I said, I want this to be a chat engagement thing as well. So feel free to just be like, hey, let's talk about this. Is it in your chat, or is it? I don't know which like chat.
We are in the Kingsman chat.
Yeah, we're in the Kingsman chat.
Why is it not showing me it on my Twitch chat? I'm sorry if I haven't been noticing that. Let me
there's different rooms, so you might not be in the right room.
Well, I have the Streamlabs OBS chat right now, and I feel like it's showing me my own personal Twitch chat. Let me refresh it. Nope, still showing me my own personal Twitch chat. Let me pull up a tab real quick so I can actually pull up Twitch chat.
Awesome.
I apologize.
But,
I just
gotta
thought
continue
it was,
on your topic there.
I just thought it was empty. Yeah, feel free to talk while I fix this.
Oh yeah, continue on the topic there. Like Dakin, I don't know if he's in the chat right now. He and I actually worked at this camp together for a long time. We've been friends for 10 plus years now. But we've had that same conversation. We've gone to church where it's just like, man, it's just been rules and regulations. You had to follow the traditions to get yourself saved. We've noticed that that's not the way Christ made it at all. It's about love. It's what he wants to do. He wanted to come in and share his love with us and express who he is with us.
Mm-hmm.
And man, that's actually one of the things. Dakin's actually gonna be one of our chaplains for the camp here this summer. So he's gonna come out. He's gonna share about what it means to be a servant of Christ in a way that you're not only walking along with God, but getting a chance to display who Christ is to people around you by serving them as a loving, caring person. A loving, caring person that represents who Jesus Christ is. And showing them what a servant leader looks like. So to me, that's really cool. And I know that feeling, man. I mean, I grew up as an MK, so following those rules was like the big thing you do. You had to put your mask on to make all of the church people happy for an hour and a half. When my brain finally flipped of, no, it's not about making the church people happy at all. It's about making God happy. It's about being in a relationship with a friend, someone that cares about you, someone that loves you. That changed my whole perspective on what I was doing. I walk and I know that, like, yeah, I told you guys I'm working 16 hours days, but at the end of the day, I know that what I've done is going to make an impact for the kingdom, you know? So
exactly
finding that balance there. And that's when that trigger clicks. It's just suddenly realistic and beautiful and golden for you.
Sorry, we had a comment about the audio. I'm trying to fix it here real quick. I was listening though, I
All
promise.
good.
So like it kind of expanding on that, like a big, and I was kind of talking about it at my First Baptist, kind of like growing up and all that stuff.
Mhm.
A big thing for me, and like with my faith and the way it is now, I've really had to like reorient myself from like, okay, this isn't a religion, this is a relationship. This isn't following what this book tells us to do. This isn't just following us what these pastors tell us to do. This is following what God has laid out for us and what God wants for your own personal life, and actually trying to bring God into it and trying to get his perspective on everything. Because growing up, like, it was really just like, this is what the Bible says to do, this is what you need to do, which is fine. But if you take out the relationship part, I feel like you're missing what makes our religion, Christianity, our faith, whatever you want to call it, what it is. Like, I feel like the relationship part is the life-changing part, and I know it has been for me. I mean, like I said, I grew up Southern Baptist, and I was kind of in and out of the church a lot growing up. And then whenever I met the people that I met, and whenever I had the experience that I had with like the real Jesus, like, holy moly, like I can feel his presence. That's what really did it for me. And like actually like being able to connect like the things he's speaking to me through different places, and like through his word as well as through people and through like prayer time and stuff like that. Like, it's crazy for me like that this is a real living Jesus, like, that speaks to me. And that's what like really I think that's the big thing that we miss out a lot on with Christianity and in the church and stuff, is the relationship part, not the this is a religion part.
And we can't forget the other side of that, though, because James in Scripture just says faith without action means nothing as well. So we have to be on the other side of that as well, representing, doing something to represent who Christ is. But we also need to understand that we're acting out through faith. We have a desire and want to do it at that point. It's 100%. Not a, I have to do that. Exactly. Yes. It's not my golden ticket. I have to work hard to get to heaven. It's my, I love Jesus so much, I want to do these things for him.
Wow, that's exactly what I was going to say, and then you took the words out of my mouth. I was like, yes! Like the big, that's the other big life-changing concept for me is like, man, God loves me so much that he's done all this amazing stuff for me, and he's given me this life that I live, as well as dying for me so that I can have that ticket to heaven. But it's not like, well, got my fire insurance, get out of jail free card. It's like, I'm so thankful for that, and I'm so thankful that this loving God, like, takes such a like legitimate real interest in me that I want to like react to that and do something with that. I feel like that's where a lot of our motivation comes from, or like I think that's the heart Jesus wants us to have, like being so appreciative of what God has done for us that it motivates us out of love, not just out of duty. You know what I mean? Because we do have a duty, but it's like if you're just making it a duty and you're like, oh, I just have to do this because I have to, I feel like that's not the attitude that God wants us to have towards what he wants us to do.
No, not at all.
I don't know what's going on with your audio there, Lazy Man Gamer. You might try refreshing the stream
or lowering the quality as well.
Yeah.
He shares internet with me, and we have like about 300, 500 campers on our server tonight.
That is
so that may be where his issue is coming at.
Especially if you're on Wi-Fi, good old Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we struggle with that sometimes. Sometimes I'll be watching a stream and I'll be like, oh, sweet, it's Draco, but I can't hear him at all. He's just kind of doing this number. So,
but just so you guys know,
like an anime.
Yes, exactly.
If you guys do miss the live or you can't watch the live for some reason, I am going to post all these to YouTube and on the website. So you'll be able to watch them at least like post, whenever you have better internet or free time or whatever. You'll be able to watch them post as well. And I also want to take the time to mention this is going to be an interactive stream. So if you guys have questions, feel free to post them in Discord or in Twitch chat. I would prefer if you could post them in Discord. That way they don't go away after a while and I don't have to scroll back up and find them. But we're going to answer questions at the end if you guys have any. We were just kind of going to leave that open-ended to see how many people showed up and if they had questions. If you guys have questions, we'll obviously answer them. We'll discuss them at the end. But feel free to post them in chat, post them in Discord. Again, Discord's the best way because then we won't have to like scroll back up and lose them. And you'll be like, I asked this question 20 minutes ago. Why didn't you talk about it? So if you guys want, feel free to ask any questions you guys have. We definitely want to discuss the topics that you guys have. And we'll definitely leave time at the end, probably like 5, 10, maybe 15 minutes, depending on how many questions we have. To discuss those as well. So, but again, I just want to thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate you guys being in this. We're not done, but I just wanted to take a second now that my Twitch chat is actually working and I realize that there's people here. Thank you guys for being here, and feel free to post any questions or any discussion topics you have in the chat. Moving on.
What's up, TSM?
Hey, if you're a TSM fan, you're golden here. You're welcome. That is my team. So, Moving on. What was the next topic here? I'm all out of order on my stuff now. So
no, don't worry.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
I-
got you all distracted.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
my
I-
goal is all night just to keep you all frazzled.
Did we already talk
Oh,
about what is a
yes.
gaming ministry? Did we have that
Um,
discussion? And what should?
Not really.
I feel
We
like
can't
we
talk about-
kind of dipped into it, but we didn't directly talk about it.
Okay, so the next topic is what is a gaming ministry to you, and what should it look like? We'll start with whoever feels like they want to start. Feel free to volunteer as tribute. Hunger Games? Anyone? No?
Man, I feel like I'm being interviewed at this point. What is gaming ministry and what is it supposed to look like? I mean, gaming ministry is really it's kind of a vague thing. I mean, I guess I ask people that all the time, like, what's camp ministry mean to you? And they're like, what?
Better
I guess
better
it's-
question. What do you want our gaming ministry to be? What do you want to accomplish?
Ooh.
Awesome. Honestly, my goal to accomplish here again, we talked about creating that community, a place where people can come and feel accepted and experience Christ in a way that maybe is outside their normal realm. I know a lot of folks like me, I'm introverted. So like when I get home, I'm done. I don't want to go anywhere else. I want to come sit in front of my TV. I want to come sit and play video games. And Twitch for me has been a great place to develop community. Yeah, exactly. It's a place to be able to come and chill and hang out, goof off with people, have Dakin come and chew me out while I'm running around Pokemon going, I don't know what I'm doing, or playing different games, just goofing off. I mean, that's just half the fun there, right? So being able to come in and play video games and just having a good time, that to me, gaming and Twitch as a combination has been like that second, third grade me coming in and like playing Mario, and like my friends come over and we're just goofing off trying to get that past that one level, and we're screaming and yelling at each other like, you got to make this jump and then flip left and then triple back 17 times and then grab Yoshi and pull that circle, and so trying to figure out all those tricks, and that's what I feel like Twitch does for me all the time. So to be able to have a place for that, and then be able to turn back around, like, listen, thank you guys for helping me through this level. I also want to give you guys a level in Christ and give you guys a chance to know who He is. So it's a chance for me to kind of display that. Even though I'm a Christian, I'm not a mean person. Sometimes Christians can come off as rude and mean, and like you have to live life correctly and correct and everything. No, my goal is just to teach you that Christ loves you, man. That's all I'm about. Exactly. Well, not just Southern Baptist. I mean, I grew up as a Southern Baptist, and there's my dad taught me that it's all about Jesus' love.
I feel like you
So
got
it just
a very
varies from
different
place to place.
experience with Southern Baptist than
I did. Yeah. I heard yours, and I was like, holy smokes. But I also know that I lived in the Bible Belt, South Carolina area for a while, and that's what all it was. It was all about your A plus B equals C. It wasn't about that relationship at all. And I honestly, for 4 years in college, I didn't go to church because of that. So.
Thanks, Mish. Glad we're looking good. Draco,
My
any
man
thoughts on
Crazed. What's up, man?
what
up, Crazed?
gaming ministry is to you, or what you want this specific gaming ministry to look like?
So I feel like I would want this gaming ministry to kind of be like the way that because obviously I took a huge break from streaming, so I lost a lot of what my community was and what it had become. Basically, a self entity where like, I'm hanging out and doing my thing, but everyone else is hanging out in the chat. They're doing like different bots with different commands and different games and just like chilling and doing their own thing to where they can even entertain themselves. And people are just like, dude, this is so cool that like there's two different things going on right now, but they don't conflict with each other. And at the same time, having a ministry that we don't have to necessarily, like outwardly say it, but we can show it with the fruits of the Spirit, and show the people that when they look at us and they see us, they see an example of what a godly man is, and they're able to know that we do have flaws, we're not perfect, but at the same time, we're willing to work with people and tell people about who God is in a different way,
I feel like you just explained what this talk show is way better than I did at the very beginning of this. Like,
All right, you need to drop your mic. 3, 2, 1.
but like I told you guys, so for me, just kind of expanding on that, I had a guy that I worked for who basically said, and this was a Christian radio station, they played popular music, or not popular music, but they played like songs that sounded like pop, but it was like Christian music. And their main goal was to find music and musicians that made music that sounded good, that was interesting to people, but that also had kind of the Christian element, the Christian theme, like, oh, whoa, that song's really cool and catchy, but it's talking about God. I feel like that's what we're trying to accomplish a little bit with this ministry. Like, we're here initially to create this community, this safe place for people, this awesome place for people to come out and like share our interests and hang out with us, and like you said, get to meet other godly men that are doing things that they're interested in. And then again, if you have questions about God, if you feel something whenever you're talking about it, or you feel that pull, or you have even questions, even if you're not really that interested in it, you're just curious on what we think and what we believe, that this space is also open for that as well. It's welcome for that as well. We're going to play games. We're going to talk about the games. And if you guys want to steer the conversation towards that, we're not going to be afraid to talk about our faith and actually tell the truth about what we believe and who we are.
Exactly.
So like I always keep saying, and you'll hear me say it a million times, I'm not going to hit you in the face with my faith. I'm not going to thump you over the head with the Bible. Like, I'm just not going to do it. I'm too introverted for that, for one thing. For two, I know that did not work for me whenever I was growing up in the church and things like that. Like, the real transformation and the real change that came for me is when I met loving, godly people that actually took genuine interest and genuinely cared about me. And they invested in me whether I was going to believe in Jesus or not. And that's what we want to do with you guys. We want to invest in you. We want to build those relationships, build those friendships, genuinely get to know you guys and pour into you positively, and try to make your lives better in general. And if you accept Jesus, if you want that and you're interested in that, feel free to message us and we'll have a conversation about it. But don't feel like you guys have to be like, oh, I'm a follower of Jesus, I'm going to do this because this person was nice to me. Like, we're going to be nice to you. We're going to treat you with respect. We're going to treat you as the person that we believe you are, regardless of what you believe, regardless of what your faith is. And we just want to kind of let you guys know that you're welcome here, regardless of what you believe and what you think.
And you guys, too, like, when you tell me you have struggles, you're going to go through, pray for you guys on stream before. That's the point of what we do. We have to be able to be encouragement to you guys. We have to be able to pray for you guys. And we're not going to, like, like Panda said, it's not about throwing the Bible at you. If we did that, like Panda said, it's not going to work. We're just going to bruise your head, and it's going to be kind of funny to watch. But overall, we're here to just show you love and show you Christ. So do not be afraid to talk, ask those questions, and get into those religious questions with us. We're down. Even if we don't have that answer, we'll try to get back with you later.
Yeah, and just to kind of expand on that a little bit, I had a pastor friend of mine who, he's basically one of my best friends first, and he just happens to be a pastor. But we were talking about, doing things for glory, doing things for our reasons, doing things selfishly, things like that. And he was talking about, what would it do to you, or how would you feel, or what would you think, or how would it impact your life if you never saw the people that you prayed for, or that you invested in, or that you tried to be friends with, and things like that. If you never saw them get saved in your lifetime, would you be okay with that? Would you be able to live with that? What if someone else spoke to this person and they got saved? What if someone else brought this person to know Jesus? And it's all about we want to invest into you guys because we want to invest into you guys. We want to be friends with you guys just because we want to be friends with you guys. Like, we're not here to we're going to make friends with this guy so we can bring him to Jesus and bring him into our little clan and our little cult here. Like, we're legitimately, we want to be friends with you guys. We want to get to know you guys. And, that's why we're creating a community first, and we're focusing on community first. Like, yes, we believe in Jesus. We're all kind of connected by our faith, but we still, more than anything, we just want to have a positive impact on your lives more than anything else. So,
yep. Unlike Hi-Rez, we actually are community first.
Unlike any game developer nowadays.
Yep.
You guys here, we're going back to Kanto. I don't know if you guys have kept up with that controversy right now.
Oh snap!
I don't know
man.
if it's true or not. It's still a rumor.
No one's claimed it official yet, man.
Yeah.
There's no point arguing.
But the rumor is gaining a lot of traction. So I was just wondering if you guys had different topic. We'll talk about that next week on the Nerd World version of that. We'll find a time, Jason. Man? Don't you worry. We'll find a time. What's our next topic here? You guys talk a little bit more while I get reorganized here. I apologize.
Dude, I do want to say, guys, if y'all haven't hit that follow button, please follow button. Just so you kind of keep track of what we're doing and kind of keep track with these table talks and these nerd talks that we'll be doing as well. So that way you're here and available for that. So,
yo, did you get what up, buddy? How are you?
So just to explain to you guys kind of what we're doing with this. So it's going to be a bi-weekly thing here. So 1 week, like this week, we're going to kind of just get together, talk about what's going on in our lives, talk about faith, talk about what's going on in the ministry, talk about what's going on personally with each other, and just basically be friends, almost like a life group. That's what we call them at our church. I don't know if you guys, small groups type stuff.
Yeah, community group, whatever.
Yeah, it's going to be like that. We're just going to get together, talk, chat with you guys. And then the next week we're going to call it It's a Nerd's World. And that's going to be the one where we talk about gaming, movies, comic. If it's nerd culture and we want to discuss it, that's what we're going to talk about.
So excited!
So 1 week will be faith and kind of getting together as friends, and then the next week will be like we're gonna pull gaming news, movie news. Jason's losing it right now because he's so pumped about the other idea. And so that way we have kind of 2 weeks worth of what's going on with us, 2 weeks of what's going on with nerd culture, and we're not just like hitting you guys in the face with 2 podcasts every week, because I don't think any of us have time for that, to be honest. So we're going to just rotate weeks. So next week will be It's a Nerd's World. Again, Jason, we will find a time that works for you, so don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about that later.
Sorry, my Luigi voice is too strong sometimes.
That's the plan.
It is, man. It was like on point.
And for now, it's, I mean, mostly going to be the 3 guys you see here. We have a couple other guys that are part of the stream. Shout out to Crazed Mission. Shout out to Volan. If they want to be a part of this, I'm completely open to having them be a part of this. So you guys may see some different faces from time to time, especially since I know Jason's busy.
Those eyebrows, man.
Draco's busy and I'm busy. What are you laughing about?
You missed it. You missed Draco's eyebrows. Dancing.
Sorry. I have him covered up with the chat right now. I gotta move it. I'll cover up my own face. So yeah, we're gonna be rotating. Oh my gosh, we're gonna be rotating it, guys. So 1 week will be nerd culture discussions, and 1 week will be faith and friend discussions. The last topic that I had planned is what do you hope God does with this ministry? But I think we've already touched on that a little bit. If you guys have any final thoughts on that, feel free to spit them at the viewers. Other than that, we're gonna take questions after that. So if you guys have any final thoughts or any thoughts on the last topic I have there on screen, feel free to chat it up about them.
You know, it'd be neat, and I know we kind of daydreamed about this for a while, and that's when we kind of started getting really stressed, was really making this a large community to a point that I would love to get to a point where I'm not necessarily doing the streaming part anymore. I'm just helping to kind of manage it and kind of helping to get to a point where we're kind of coordinating this ministry that goes beyond Twitch and jumps more into all the different streaming communities, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, all these different places, and really just kind of provides that. Good night, Dak. I'm glad you're here, my man. Provides that place where people can come from any medium, and then we can get together and we can have fun in Discord together. We can have fun on stream together, just hanging out and having a blast together. And any environment, to a point that it's so coordinated that I'm 60 years old, but I'm still hanging out with gamers online. To me, that sounds like a super exciting event. But I know that the Lord's going to do some great things for the time period that He has allotted for this as well. So whatever God has planned, I'm excited for. I'm excied for this first year to kind of kick it off and just see where it goes, man. To see how it explodes or see what traction we pick up. So.
Any thoughts on that?
Exactly. For me, same thing. If it could be a point where, we're able to be one of the top talk shows on Twitch, and it's something that is not about utter nonsense, but it's about something that can bring people, joy and build them up instead of tearing them down or making them fear or, whatever, something else that would just be, monotonous or negative. We can have that positive force. We can be that light, that salt,
Yes.
That'd be awesome, man,
I like it. Yeah, so for me, just kind of my hopes for this, just a lot of what Jason said. We're hoping to bring on, devotion writers. We're hoping to bring on people that want to do video devotions. We're hoping to bring on people that manage the community, write blogs, whatever. We've got all of those plans for the future. We'd love to do all that stuff. Jason kind of reeled me in last week when I was getting overwhelmed with all the different stuff and focusing on building that community first. So for now, I'm really just focused on, building a community that fosters that positivity, where we're building each other up like that. I want to be pouring into each other and building each other up first.
Exactly.
And then kind of let the rest come to us as it comes. I know we're planning on doing events, which I'm really excited about. We'll be kind of releasing some information on that. But we're going to be trying to do a big event every month, and then we're going to have these weekly podcasts, and then obviously all of us stream at various times throughout the week. So I'm definitely excited about all of that. Basically, like Jason said, and like, Draco kind of alluded to, just seeing what God's going to do with this. Like, that's what I'm excited about. Like, I don't know where this is going to go. I don't know if I'll be a part of this forever. I'm hoping, I feel like this is something that, can truly use all of my skills and the talents and the things I've developed. So I'm pretty pumped to, be a part of this. But if in a year, 2 years, 10 years, whatever, if this is still going, God decides, hey, we want someone else to take over on this. We want you to do this. I want to be able to build a community, build a ministry, build relationships, and build up leaders to the point where if any of us have to, for any reason, step out, drop out, we have people that can take over and keep this going. I want this to be something that basically takes care of itself, where everyone can kind of feel like they have an opportunity to step in and help if they want to, but they aren't forced to as well. And again, with that, if you guys have any interest in being a part of this, feel free to let us know in Discord, like I said. And then on the website, if you go to kingsmanministries.org, there's an option for some stuff that we're already looking for. We're already looking for moderators. We're looking for, what else do we have on there right now? I know moderators, and then community, like, people, and then streamers too. So if you guys stream and you're interested in it, feel free to let us know. Feel free to fill out that application. I would appreciate a message in Discord or an email, because it doesn't automatically notify when someone fills that out. So it would help to know about that as well. But we want to be a place where you guys feel welcome and loved above all else. We also want to be a place where if you have an idea, if you want to get involved, if you want to be a part of it, we want to provide those opportunities as well. So I'm just excited to see what God wants to do with it, man. That's where I'm at right now. I just want to see what his plans are, because I know they're way better than what my plans can be, as much as I like to plan. So
ain't that right?
But that was the last topic I had scheduled. If you guys have any questions in chat, feel free to post those now or in Discord, either one. Let me check and see if there is anything in Discord here.
I don't see anything right now. I was just checking that.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure here.
So, we may need to put a spot for questions for these streams, just so people know exactly where to go.
Yeah, if you want to post it in general for now,
channel?
That's fine.
Yeah, but later.
But yeah, next time I'll have a King's Table text chat. That way you can post them in a specific place. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot them our way. If there's any in chat, we'll answer those.
Questions, comments, thoughts, dreams, things you'd like for us to do. I mean, any that's available.
Yeah, anything you feel like you want to hear us talk about. Or
I just don't want to buy your drugs, so just a heads up on that.
Somebody actually said that today. They're like, yo, send them drugs. I'm like, I'm good, man. No thanks.
Or if they're like, even if you guys have a question about us personally, like one of us streamers personally, or about our stream or anything like that, feel free. I hope my chat is not broken. It's not. Or is yup the last response in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
That's the last one, lazy man.
I know. I was like, no, yeah, we good.
Rip, no drugs. That's all right, man. Sorry. I gotta keep myself clean, man.
Sorry, dude.
Again, while we're waiting for questions, I just want to thank you guys all for being here. Like, this is way more turnout than I expected. I expected us to be like
absolutely
talking to ourselves the whole time, so it's awesome to have you guys here. I'm super pumped. Again,
thank you.
I just want to say thank you to Jason and Draco for being here, because sometimes I guess it can be hard to make it to stuff.
Yeah.
And I know, especially with your guys' crazy schedules right now, it can be difficult to make it to this stuff. So I'm super pumped to have you guys a part of this. If you guys don't know, these guys are awesome. Like, I'm sure most of you have checked out Jason's stream or Draco's stream, but like, they're both great streamers. And if you guys just want to kind of talk a little bit about when you stream and what you stream, that way they can know where to find you, and any other social media or any of that stuff that they can find you at. Feel free to shamelessly plug here, just so people can kind of get to know you a little bit more and follow you where they need to follow you. And whoever wants to start, feel free.
Finally, this is what I've been waiting for the whole night.
yeah.
Talk show. Just get to the point where we promote me. That's all I want.
Click. I'm done. www.twitch.tv/Jason Sketches, where you can find me. I think it pops up on our screen here as well. But I know if you scroll down below the actual video thing here, I think there's a little spot you can click on my face, and that'll get you there as well, or my logo. But I stream a mixture of like a little bit of everything. I stream. What is your address, Wade Manor? I stream a little bit of everything. I do focus still a lot on shiny hunting and Pokemon. I've got some great Pokemon playthroughs. And right now I'm finishing up this shiny alphabet challenge. I'm trying to get past freaking W. War Turtle is killing me right now. Yeah, forever. Oh my gosh, I am like almost 2K.
Be ultra wormhole. You'd get it in like 5 minutes.
I know, right? It's so dumb. Freaking friend safaris, man. 5-11 challenge. It's not that hard. No, I'm there for like 3-4 weeks.
Fickle. Like, you think like, oh, the shiny odds are so good, and like I've hunted those for 3 days before and not got what I wanted. Like,
yeah,
those things are fickle. Sometimes you'll get like 5
annoying.
shinies in a day, and then the next day, like shiny hunting is that way in general though. You'll get like, oh, I got 12 shinies this week, and then like you'll go a month and you'll be like, where is my shiny? Like, I've been off stream just for fun. I've been like Masudiing for a Charmander, like a battle ready shiny Charmander. I've been doing it for 4 days now, I think. Haven't gotten it. So Just saying,
my
shiny
gosh.
hunting. This is why I don't stream shiny hunting anymore. Just
Yeah,
saying.
it gets brutal. It's nice to have folks that come hang out with me to kind of keep calm. And that is the nice part about Twitch is I can talk to people while I'm shiny hunting.
While
But
you're
the
doing
days that
this
everybody's
awful
like,
grindy thing that.
yes. Yeah, over and over again. But man, people come and chill with me for that. So it's a lot of fun. Crazy to see me freak out on both ends of like, oh my gosh, and then like, yes, it's cave, it's here. So I mean, he knows what it's like. I play Monster Hunter World, man. It's been my jam recently. I love just chasing down those monsters and just destroying their scales and bodies and
Dude,
souls
if I had a PS4,
and
I
taking
would
them
have
for
already
my
bought
own.
that.
Oh
I'm
man,
getting it
you
when it
need
comes
to.
to
I know it's
PC.
coming for. Yes, I may have to switch to PC when everybody else switches to PC just to play with people.
Yeah, when
But
it
I've
comes
had
to
a
PC,
blast
I'll
with
be
it.
getting it. For sure.
I know Fortnite comes in my stream every once in a while. I get that weird itch where like I have to play a shooter. It's not as satisfying as Halo Reach was, but you know, it is what it is. So other than that, I kind of pick up random games that come along. Spider-Man's coming along for PS4 in September, and I'm already talking with Dakin a little bit, and we're talking about a couple other streamers. We like to try to get together and do a 72-hour stream in September when it pops out. So the minute it drops,
Holy mother.
going from there. I'm so stoked. Kind of doing a 251 like an A Drive does, but with Spider-Man. So I'm pretty excited about that.
That
And
sounds awesome.
it'll be neat, man.
And just so you know, you can catch him at Jason Sketch on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch as well. Just throwing
Yes.
that in there for you, in case you want to follow him on anything.
Dude,
Draco,
Halo Reach was the best craze for
All right.
sure.
As for me, you can find
Halo
me
3 was
at.
better.
It was.
I
It was. You're
haven't
right.
played Halos, so I can't really say. I've only played multiplayer. Anyway, you can find me at www.twitch.tv/DracoTheDragonite.
Just like his
And
name is on
right
the
now,
screen, in case you're wondering.
exactly, it's beautiful. And right now, I have been primarily streaming Paladins and Bloodborne. I recently started playing it because it was free for PlayStation Plus, and so I started playing it, and I was like, "Holy flip! This game is really fun." So I've been loving that. I started getting back into Paladins on PS4. I was playing it primarily on PC for a while, but my my keyboard hands are telling me no, and my I'm just like can't do it anymore. So I'm back to PS4 now, and
Getting
the
old.
W is hey Steve, man, I just can't do it. Oh no, but now like PS4 has been calling my name, so I've been having fun with that. Some people have been wanting me to play Fortnite again. I haven't played it in a while, so we'll see if you guys want to come in, and maybe I'll do a vote or something. But either way, I
Like
have
I
not played
did the
Pokemon
other
in a
day
long
with-
time.
Every game
Goodness.
imaginable. Guys,
You're
I
like,
don't know
I
what
know.
to stream.
everything. Put everything. We're like, okay.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, what's funny is I have this one viewer, Ghost Kong, who every time I stream anything, I'm like, dude, what should I do? He's like, whatever you want. I'm like, no, what do I do?
Oh,
What do you want?
Oh, the Ghost Kong
I'm
every
like,
time,
dude.
man.
What do you want to watch?
Please. I love that guy though.
That's
He
good,
is
though.
loyal
That's what you
to
need,
death.
man. People that watch you regardless, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
you
Oh,
guys
man.
can find him at. I know I say it Draco. I don't know if that's right, but Draco the
No, it's
Dragonite.
cool, man.
YouTube,
You're good.
Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, all those good places.
That's what's funny. My Twitter's the only one that's different because I made that as my acting Twitter because I've been an actor since I was like 6 years old, but and doing auditions since I was 11, so it's kind of weird. So that's my acting name, which is Austin Axel Ray. So it's a little weird, but that's the only thing that's different. My Instagram is Draco the Dragonite as well.
Again, I'm Panda, just for you guys that don't know. On Twitch, I'm actually just call me Panda because you don't know how big of a nightmare it was to find a version of Panda that wasn't taken. So it's just call me Panda. French adjusted it to it, so I just went with it. And then on everything else, I'm Panda TTV. So just like it says up there above, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Panda TTV. Again, just let you guys know all the links below. I just want to point down below Draco's beautiful face there. There's a Discord link, there's Twitter links, there's links to everyone's stream, all that stuff. So if you guys are interested in any of that stuff and you're watching on browser, feel free to go down below, click on any of those panels. They'll take you to something cool, I promise. If you're on mobile, it's a little bit different. You have to click on their profile, go into their info, all that stuff. It's a little harder on there. But again, feel free to follow us on any of that stuff. We do have a website, Kingsman Ministries. Feel free to follow that. It isn't a whole lot bumping right now. Again, that is something that we're going to look to find people that want to do some roles in that. So if
Yeah,
you're
I might have
interested in
someone with that. I'll tell you about that.
doing any of that
We
stuff,
need some help.
feel free to let us know. Basically, like with that, we want to have blogs on it, devotions, stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in any writing or video format, feel free to get with us, and we'll see if we can get you on there. As for me, I'm kind of in this weird place right now where I don't really know what I'm going to stream. I'm enjoying Smite right now, so I'm going to stick with that for a little bit. I'm actually going to be playing League after this with Volan for a little bit, another one of our streamers if you guys want to check him out. And then I'm planning on doing some playthroughs. I know I really want to do a Fallout 3 only villain playthrough because I've never done that before. I've done the full hero playthrough. That was pretty fun. That's the first way I played it. So now I want to just try the reverse of that and just see what the villain storyline kind of becomes. I know it'll end the same, but it'll still have some different twists in there. I also really want to play Fallout 4. As much as I love Fallout, I've never played that on stream. And then I've got some Switch games that I really want to play. Like I said, I've got a million things that I want to play. So, you know, I've got Rocket League and Pokken and Splatoon and Mario, you know, all this stuff. I've got Mario Odyssey, which I played for like 10 minutes. I know Jason's going to be mad at me for that, but 10 minutes.
You didn't like it?
I mean, it's okay. It's not Breath of the Wild, all right? It's not Breath of the Wild.
See, I haven't played Breath of the Wild yet at all.
What?
That game is magic.
Okay, here's my thing. I have a Super Nintendo SNES Classic.
Mhm.
My goal is to play Link to the Past first, because everybody says play that first before you play Breath of the Wild. So I'm going to stream Link to the Past. It's on my plans to do potentially at some point this summer.
I can't speak to that because I've never played any of the old Zelda games, but Breath of the Wild is, I think it's my number 2 or number 3 game on my top 5 all time. Game's amazing. It's worth alone getting the Switch. That game is worth it. I also have a GameCube, and I have a few games for that. Smash Brothers Melee. I would love to have some people over to just kind of have a Melee party, just saying. But
I had the money to fly out.
For now, I'm just probably going to be playing whatever I wake up and feel like playing that day. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's going to be some Smite. It's going to be some Switch stuff. Maybe some League of Legends if I have fun tonight with Volan. Maybe we'll keep that rolling a little bit. Probably won't be playing the Fortnite. Don't really like that game that much. I know.
It's a weird thing. I hate it for like 4 days, and then like I'll play it for like 3 and be like, yes, it's the best, and then I'll like die 30 times. I'm like, no, I hate this game.
Like, I absolutely loved PUBG. PUBG was a really fun game, but then they like broke it and couldn't fix it, and so that was kind of my battle royale, and I liked it.
But PUBG Mobile's dope.
I haven't tried it. I need to try it.
That's great.
But yeah, for the most part, it's gonna be Smite, some random Switch stuff, and yeah, I really like competitive games. I'm one of those people that I grew up playing competitive sports. I may not look like it now because I'm so out of shape, but baseball and basketball for 14 years of my life. I mean, basically from the time I could walk to the time I graduated high school, and then I was done with it.
Wow.
So I'm a very naturally competitive person just because of that, and so I like to have something to compete and like get better at. Like you guys have seen me play Heroes, Smite, League of Legends, all that different stuff. I'm not that good at them. I was good at Heroes. I'm just saying I was very good at that game, but Blizzard and me have a love-hate relationship. Topic for a different time. Probably
Same here, man. We talked about it before. Yeah.
But yeah, so Smite's really fun and League is really fun, so I'm just gonna play those for now.
What we need to do is when Smash comes out, we need to get like a giant stream.
Oh, we're doing a release for that.
Oh, heck yeah.
That's confirmed. Yeah, no. Whenever.
All right.
And Pokemon
confirmed.
Yeah, just so you guys know, when those come out, you're gonna be getting probably a 24 to 72, however many hours we feel like doing.
Before we die.
Event. Yeah, until we have to like just physically stop.
Exactly.
So G Good has a quick question. If you guys want to answer individually, he has a question. How did you get into gaming? Feel free, whoever wants to start on that.
Draco seems the most excited. Let him go first.
Ooh. All right. So for me with gaming, it's really interesting. Grew up in a household with 4 boys, 1 girl. So we all kind of wanted to play games, and so we like started playing games when I was really young. But a lot of times, with that many brothers, we all want to play. So everybody has to take turns, right? So a lot of times you'd start playing a game and the game would get deleted. Your file would get deleted. Someone else would take it and start playing it. And
oh gosh.
Oh yeah, and also being homeschooled as well. Like all of us are at home too, so it's like really weird because I was homeschooled my whole life. So it's funny because Animal Crossing basically taught me how to read. So very weird.
That's neat.
Yeah, I played Animal Crossing, kept reading on there, and got better and better reading. And then also had a really good work ethic too, of like wanting to save money. And so for a long time, I actually even had my own credit union by the age of like 13. I like had my own account in the credit union and everything.
That's the
just from freaking Animal Crossing. So thank you, Animal Crossing. But yeah, so I don't know, man. Gaming is just something that I've always loved, and it's always been an escape for me because of like my parents were just they kind of fought a lot. So I would play games to kind of distract myself, and that'd be kind of my release, That's how I would unwind. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into gaming.
Favorite game of all time? Is it Animal Crossing?
It's actually not.
Ooh,
That's
what
what's
is it?
funny.
What is
I
it?
love Animal Crossing though, but I think my favorite game of all time is probably still um, to this day, man. It might be Custom Robo for the GameCube. That game, I lost it, and I'm so mad I did because it's one of my favorite games of all time. It's basically an anime, but it's a game. It's super super fun. They ended up making one for the 3DS like a few years later, but that's a great game, man.
Awesome. Jason, feel free to give your gaming introduction story.
Awesome. I am definitely way older than you guys because I missed the GameCube completely. I played everything else around it.
Dude, I
Um,
love the game. It's
I need to,
It's
need
so
to get
good.
into that, I guess. That's what everyone keeps telling me.
So good. They're cheap too, man. They're not that expensive.
I have to go look for one then. Man, I grew up playing games. I was ADHD growing up, and so it was one of those things that I think my parents found like sweet. I keep you quiet for 3 hours in your room. Take this, you know. But so I did that, and that's kind of why I started off with regular Nintendo and made my way up through Super Nintendo. From Super Nintendo, I went to N64. From N64, I switched to PS2. My brother got the GameCube, I got PS2, and I really dived into different just games there. I love the PS2 itself. Kingdom Hearts was really good. The Bounty Hunter game is really good. So I really dived into that. Then switched to 360, of course, played Halo 3 and Halo Reach. Loved both those games and really just dove into that. When I actually, what really kind of drew me more into gaming, working at camp. I know that kind of tied my life back to that, but working at camp, I used to work at this camp as a summer staffer when I first started in camp ministry. Kingdom Hearts is
Kingdom Hearts,
legit.
baby.
Hannah, we can talk about that for sure. I need to get better at it. But we used to
I
actually
enjoy that still.
put all 20 or 30 of us guys in one building together, and we just had Xboxes in the middle. We'd play Halo 2 over every night. We'd come home from work at 9 o'clock at night and stay up till like midnight or so, just killing each other on Halo 2. So
Heck
that
yeah.
really got me super stoked, excited about that. That was our first game. You put 16 plus people together, you know, so it was legit. And then after that, just kind of dove into other things. I spent a lot of time on that Game Boys and stuff. Again, my folks would be like, "Sweet, we're driving in a car for 8 hours. Here, you're taking this Game Boy, and you're gonna stay quiet in the back of the car." And I dove into honestly blue, red, gold, silver, and crystal. Really is a game that if you're gonna ask my top favorite game of all time, Crystal's got to be my top favorite game of all
I
time.
was going to ask
I
for
went-
sure.
So it's the game that when it came out for the virtual console, I played and I was like, yes, all the memories, and I was like, crap, the grind is still real. So I stopped. But it's the one that when I think about gaming, that's the one I think about the most because I spent so much time on Crystal.
That's awesome, man.
So-
So for me,
Sorry, I had to put that.
my introductory story is kind of funny because my mom absolutely did not want us to have video games in the house. She was an English teacher, elementary English teacher, so she was obsessed with the idea of us reading all the time, and like, I don't know, like she just wanted us to read all the time, which was good because like I could read going into school and stuff like that. It's awesome, great. But finally, my
Yeah.
dad was like, "All right, I'm getting this for me. Like, I want this in the house," and so he got a PlayStation 1 was actually our first console, and he brought it home. And Crash Bandicoot was like our favorite game, and so like we would just stay up
Yes.
like super late at night trying to beat that game. And fun fact, we never actually beat it on our original PlayStation 1 because the disc got scratched and it would not let us like finish the final
No.
level. Just saying, real rough memories on that. I wasn't that good.
Hashtag-
Though. It was my dad and my brother
Why?
at that point trying to beat it. Moved on to PlayStation 2. We just kind of had Sony all the way up until PS3 and Xbox 360 came out. I got an Xbox 360 because I wanted to play Halo. But before
Okay.
that, the handhelds, like you said, were my big draws. Like I had a Game Boy Advanced, and then I had a Game Boy Advanced SP, and then I had a DS, and then now I have 3DSs and my Switch, obviously. So like same thing. We would go on a lot of baseball trips for my older brother. Like he played like very highly competitive baseball for like youth sports, and so we would travel all over the country. And so Game Boys were like the thing to keep me busy on these like 6 to 8 hour car rides, like you said. Like
For sure.
driving all over the country. And so like Pokemon was obviously, those were like the best
Yes.
games of all time on those handhelds. So I started out
Yes.
playing Gold, and I bought Blue Yellow the next, like within a week after playing Gold. So I had all of those to kind of start on, and then just worked my way up through all of the Pokemon games. Gold was my favorite forever, and then Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald came out, and I was like, oh, I love these so much, and I spent way more time playing those than I played Gold and Silver, so Gen 3 kind of became my favorite. And then I liked Gen 4, wasn't as good for me as Gen 3, and then my DS crapped out on me, and so like I couldn't finish the game, and I was really sad.
Oh no.
And so later, down the road, I kind of just skipped Gen 5 because I didn't have a DS that worked and I didn't really care that much. I kind of got hooked on the console gaming with my Xbox 360. And then I went back and I played Gen 6, and now Gen 6 is my favorite because they remade my Gen 3 favorites, and X and Y are super good games. If you guys haven't played Pokemon ever, I definitely recommend jumping in with Gen 6 because the games are beautiful. They have all the awesome old Pokemon. You can catch like every Pokemon in the game just between those 4 games. Like you can get everything.
That's
amazing. But yeah, and then Xbox 360 became my life, and I played more Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 than I care to admit, and that's why it is my number 2 game of all time. I believe that's the way my list is on my Instagram. It's been a while. So yeah, Modern Warfare 2 is my number 2. Gen 6 Pokemon, which basically just Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, is my number 1. Breath of the Wild is my number 3. Just saying. Breath of the Wild. It's really surprising for me to have a modern game like that in there because I think my other ones are like Fallout, and I don't remember what my 5th one is. It's something, but yeah. So me playing modern games didn't really happen, and then people were like, Breath of the Wild's amazing. It's worth getting a Switch, and I played it, and I was like, oh, this is an incredible game. So yeah, my gaming story is basically playing handhelds growing up, and then whenever Xbox Live came around and was really good and functioning on the 360, that was my life. And then eventually League of Legends happened because I'm a competitive gamer, so that was 4 years of my life while I was in college, hurting my grades for sure. Yeah, played a lot of League of Legends, never got that good at it. You guys can actually see what those 4 years accumulated in after the stream. Me and Volan going to play League. So you'll see how bad I am even after playing that game way too much. So, yeah. That's my gaming story. And now I just kind of play whatever I feel like. I play a lot of competitive games just because I like to compete. So
I guess that's where we differ a little bit. The competitive games, I get to, all right, I'm done. Kind of mind-numbingly, like don't have to really think too much, just like having fun. So that's why I like the Mario Odyssey game because it's just like I have a playthrough and I get from A to B. And I'm not competing. I'm not having to beat anybody. I just have to beat freaking Bowser. You just jump on his head and you're golden.
So you probably won't like Breath of the Wild as much because it's completely like open how you want to beat it and where you want to go and do that. Like it has a main story, but if you want, you can rush right into the end boss and get obliterated if you feel like, but you can't.
This is like Skyrim style then, right?
It's basically it's basically Skyrim with a Zelda wonderfulness. Just saying. It's not that there isn't that. I don't think there's as many things to do in Skyrim, like as there is in Skyrim, but you can get lost in side quests if you want to.
Oh, 100%.
Oh my gosh! I mean, that was the thing about Skyrim. Like I told you guys, ADHD. If I get involved in that game, I get completely lost. And story or the thing I'm working on or any of that stuff. That's why I haven't played Skyrim or Breath of the Wild because I'm like it stresses me out. I can't compete the game because I can't go anywhere.
And that's one thing that Breath of the Wild, if you like games that kind of guide you through it, you probably won't like that part either because you have to figure pretty much it all by yourself. Like there's the tutorial little place, but then after that it's like, here you go, here's this big open world, go where you want.
Yep.
Figure out what you have to do to survive in these places. Like
here's a stick, little one.
You go to
make your work.
The volcano area and randomly burst into flames, and I'm like, what is happening here? Why am I on fire?
That was the funniest crap ever, bro, watching that.
If you guys ever want to get a good laugh, like go back through my clips and watch.
Yes.
He got so tilted, dude.
I was so triggered. I was like, why am I always on fire? And my Twitch chat was like, no, you just need to go this way. You can avoid it. I'm like,
and then he's like, oh no. Yeah.
And you couldn't. Like, you had to get a potion to get to the place to get the armor. But my whole Twitch chat is like, no, you can just. There's this cheat way to do it. You can just go around it. You'll be fine. And I'm pretty sure there is, but I could not figure out what it was. So I spent 5 hours trying to like weasel my way around this and kind of cheatsy doodle it. And just bursting into flames spontaneously.
He's like, no spoilers, no.
I was like, I'm on fire. Oh, I'm on fire. Permanently on fire. And like...
Perma-burn.
Austin clipped all of it. So if you guys ever want to get a good laugh, just go through my Twitch clips and find those. And I'm sure they're my top viewed clips because those were hilarious. Like
they were so sick. When you were doing with the ice and you were trying to go up the waterfall and you're like making those blocks, I was laughing so hard.
I wasn't there for that.
I hate the ice blocks.
Please tell me you clipped it.
I don't think I did. But it's in my whole Breath of the Wild is on my Twitch as like a video like saved.
Oh, it's VODs? Okay, good.
So it's like a playlist. So if you ever want to go back and watch, my whole playthrough is on there. So if you want to watch,
you need to watch.
And
It
you'll
is
find,
worth
I
it.
think there's an episode called like Create Your Own Platforming. It's in that one, like, because it was such a funny moment where I just like could not get the stupid ice blocks to work the way
I'm
I
just
wanted.
gonna pull a PewDiePie and just record myself reacting to it.
Yes, please.
And I did the water temple where you have to use the ice blocks like crazy. I spent hours in that place. I was like, what do I have to do to this place? And the whole key to that was using the ice blocks, like the whole place. And I forget that power exists. And so I'm like spending like 2 hours like trying to like glide around and figure out what I'm supposed to do. And finally John is like, remember that you have the ice block power. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And like I figure it out pretty quickly. Like
Yeah.
that whole like playthrough is like a roller coaster. Like there's days where I'm like, yeah, this game's awesome, I love it, and then I'll get to these like temples or these shrines and I'm like,
Yeah.
this sucks, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Dude, I
Please.
remember you were like, why did I buy this game or something like that? I can't with like you're like, what am I doing with my life?
By the end of it, like whenever I got into a shrine, I just didn't even try to figure it out. I just Googled it and went on. I was like, I'm done with these shrines. I'm done. And then I got into the Ganon area and like those things would randomly like laser you, and I'm like, how do I avoid these stupid
The
sentries?
Guardians.
Like the whole
Yeah.
thing is like, I'm just like cruising along. I'm like, oh, it's a beautiful place. I love all this stuff. I'm doing all this random crap. And then I'll hit a part where I actually have to do something, and I get so tilted so fast because I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, the puzzles in that game, man, they can be rough.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
and the Lionel. Oh, when I first fought the Lionel, I
Oh
was
my
like,
gosh, dude.
I died like 12 times in a row with it like so low HP. And so I was like, I don't care. I know I can skip this. I'm gonna kill it. And so like I spent that whole like 5 hours of that stream just trying to kill the Lionel. Oh,
You got to be prepared for those things, bro. You can't just. It's like Monster Hunter where that like, you have to be like, all right, I got my food.
yeah.
I
and
got
it's-
my prices. I'm
It's the
good to
first
go.
time
Let's
I'm
go.
playing it. I haven't Googled anything because I want to be completely unaware and just experience this game. And then John was like, yeah, you're about to fight your first like legit monster. It's gonna be hard. And I'm like, oh great. And so I spent like 5 hours on it. He was like, you just have to dodge it at the right time. And I'm like, I know. I just haven't. Because
Yep.
if you guys don't know Shadow Binks, John is like this amazing like platform gamer. Like he's amazing at like reaction stuff and platforming games. And so like he was like, yeah, it's easy. You just dodge it. I'm like, stop it, Mr. Alpha Gamer. Like I know you're like a legend at all of these games. Like I'm not you, okay? I'm not you.
Can't help that I'm a beta male.
Yeah, I can't help it that I am not the most amazing. Like I can speed run Mega Man level crap. Like
What? No.
if he wanted
Oh
It's
to,
my
not
gosh.
possible.
oh, dude, if he wanted to, he could. I promise. He like John could legitimately be a speedrunner if he tried. Like he's just
Goodness,
that
man.
naturally good at games.
Oh man, I was laughing pretty hard too. Like the day you're like, yes, I'm gonna speed run Zelda, and like 2 hours later, I'm done. I'm not doing
I was
this
like,
ever
no,
again.
I
I was
can't
like,
And I knew it was gonna happen, but I was like, I'll give it a shot anyway. Mistakes were made. If you automatically have that thought in your head, like I'm not gonna like this, but I'm gonna try it anyway, don't do that thing. Because
No. No.
when you get to the point where you're 23, like I am, almost 24, you know pretty well what you're gonna like and what you're not gonna like. Oh,
yes.
and how it was fun.
For
Like I was
sure.
like, oh yeah, I'm figuring all this stuff out. And then I got to this one trick that I could not do. It was like a Cryonis jump into like a shield flip, bounce up onto grabbing the wall. And I was like, I spent 2 hours on it. I was like, I can't do this. I'm done. So
Yeah, dude.
I don't
It's
know. We went
ridiculous.
off on a big rabbit trail there. But yep, that's all I have. If you guys again have any questions, we will answer them. But
Yep.
other than that, we've went over our hour and we're trying to keep it under an hour. But
no way, man. Laughing at you is the best way to end this stream.
Yeah, dude.
if you guys want to get a
it's
good
my- it's
laugh,
my
I'll
favorite
just
pastime.
say go back to my Twitch channel, watch my Breath of the Wild playthrough, especially the episode where I'm pretty sure it's called Permanently on Fire, like
Oh
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
because I was on fire that whole stream. So, but thanks for watching, guys.
Oh
I
my
appreciate
gosh,
it.
man.
Just to let you guys know what else is going to be going on with this launch. We did have two guys that were going to stream. I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to kind of take the place of their time slot. So I'm going to be streaming basically within 10 minutes probably of this ending. I'm going to be playing some League with Volan if he's still playing. I told him I was going to be a little bit late. Hopefully he's still playing. From there, I'm probably just going to stream as long as I can. It was supposed to be a 24-hour marathon, but I don't think two of us can make a 24-hour marathon now with me and Jason. So I'm going to stream as
No.
long as I can. And then he's going to start streaming at his normal scheduled time, which is...
About 3 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Central. And actually, we'll be multiing with Volan again, so you get to hear his voice quite a bit. But I'm dealing with Fortnite for a while, and then I may jump back into some Pokemon. And if I get tilted at both those things, we'll just Monster Hunter World.
Yeah. So I'm planning on playing
Sounds good to
League
me.
until Volan gets done,
Yeah,
or
man.
until I get tired of it, and then maybe playing some Smite or something else. And I'm just gonna go as long as I can. At the least, it's probably gonna be 5-6 hours. Could be longer than that. Draco, are you gonna be streaming after this or continuing to stream?
Depends on what's going on with everything. Sorry, one sec, guys.
Oh no!
His brother is here, just so everyone knows. Volan, what are you doing in here? I thought you were still streaming. Are you done? Did I miss
Freaking
getting to play
Volan.
League with you? I hope
Get
I
outta
didn't miss
here.
Getting to play League with you. I'm gonna be
No,
sad
it
if I
says
did.
he's still streaming League of Legends.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm back.
Okay, you're good. Continue.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll probably continue playing Paladins because I'm on a pretty good grind right now and I'm having a good time. But if anybody wants me to play something else, let me know. I'll be more than happy to switch over. So
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna be streaming. Be looking out for Draco's stream as well. Volan's stream. I think Mish has some family coming over, so he won't be streaming. But make sure you guys go check him out on Mixer. He's experimenting with the platform that none of us know anything about. So if you want to know anything about Mixer, go hit up his stream. And then Jason will be streaming at 3 p.m. Is that what you said, right? 3 p.m.
2-3 p.m.
My short-term memory
We'll
is
see what
awful.
happens tomorrow.
So, but
Yeah,
make
usually
sure
it's
you're
3
looking out for
p.m.
his stream and Volan's
Yep.
stream again. And then I won't be streaming on Sunday because I don't normally stream on Sundays. I'll be back Monday through Friday. That's my normal stream times. I stream in the morning because I work nights, so you guys can catch me in the morning if you want. 9 a.m. CST is when I normally stream. Jason, if you want to hit him with your schedule, feel free.
Yep, I usually do stream 7 o'clock p.m. to about 11 o'clock Tuesday through Friday, and then I come in on Sundays and I stream in the afternoon, usually around 2 or 3, depending on when I get back from church and Walmart and different things, and I usually go to about 7 or 8 at night. So Tuesdays, we were doing Tuesday with the guys. That's actually going to change for this summer, so I know I'm changing things up on you guys. I'm going to be streaming Wednesday through Saturday, 7 to 11, as best as I can, depending on how things go at camp. I'll keep you guys updated on Discord and be watching my YouTube videos this week on the Sketchdom. That usually gives you the best information of what I'm doing week to week.
Yeah,
So,
he posts a YouTube video every week on kind of what he's going to be doing streaming, so make sure you guys follow that to keep up with what's going on with him. Draco, your schedule, when they can?
yeah, my schedule is I'm trying to actually hammer it down right now. So today I kind of went live at about like 1 Eastern, or sorry, 1 Central, like 10, 11 Pacific. So I'm gonna try to get up earlier and try to get streams going a little bit earlier my time, which would be more afternoon your time, Jason. So if you guys want to be on the lookout for that, you'll know where to catch me.
And again, we all usually post on Twitter. The Discord automatically posts when we go live. So if you're ever just chilling in Discord and you get that notification, that's probably a streamer going live. Just follow that live streams channel. It usually takes it 5 or 10 minutes after the stream has started. I've noticed it's a little bit delayed, but it will notify you of when the stream goes live. So if all else fails and we are lazy and don't post it on Twitter, you can always get it in the Discord because it's a bot that does it and we don't have to worry about it.
Exactly.
But thank you guys for watching. Just a reminder, if you guys haven't already, make sure to join that Discord. It's the best place to get news and updates and know what's going on with everybody and just hang out with everybody as well. The panel's down below. And again, thank you guys for watching. I'm so pumped about the show out. The turnout, I guess would be the correct word.
yes,
Turnout we
thank you,
had for tonight.
Sketchdom. Thank you, Dragonites.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome having this many people here for our first show. We'll keep you
Definitely.
notified on the Nerds World next week. I know Jason might be having some schedule conflicts. We'll try to make it work as best we can.
Yep.
Because we really want to have, at least all of us on there. So the time may change, but again, it will be next week some point. And if it has to be, I can do this by myself if I have to, and then we can pick up whenever the guys have time. So we'll make it work. But be just looking out in Discord. That's where you're going to get news on everything. And thanks you guys.
For sure.
Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you coming by, and I will catch you later.
Peace.
Later.